Well, it's very interesting. During COVID, we were told we had to shut down. So I already had set everything up for Zoom even before because I've been teaching people around the world Kung Fu. And back in the day, I used to send people a videotape, and they used to send me back a videotape to show me how they did their stuff if they understood it, and then I would advance them that way. And so as we're going along, I've done some Skype calls and all that. And so now Zoom was in the picture. So I learned how to use Zoom really well, how to make sure nobody jumped in on the call, all that stuff. So all the safety stuff that we all need. And so when we were told we had to shut down, I told my staff, my school, and I said, hey guys, it's Monday. We were told we have to shut down. Take tomorrow off. But on Wednesday, we're coming back. I have 7 classes a day, and that was 7 hours straight. And it was all different kinds of classes. And so I would work. I started that Wednesday, and from that it was for a very long time, every day, Monday through Friday, 7 classes every single day, Monday through Friday. And then I realized that people were getting a little bit sad, tired of Zoom, tired of not being together. A lot of them told me they miss me and all this kind of stuff. So I said, how can I help them? So I said, I know. I'm going to talk to all my black belts and I'm going to say, let's have coffee with Sifu on Saturday morning. No classes Saturday. You don't have to come in a uniform. Because when we did the Zoom classes, everybody had to be in uniform, including me. And so what wound up happening is I said, we're going to have coffee with Sifu. As you can tell, I am Colombian, so I do use a big cup. And so, and I said to them, I want you guys to ask me any questions and let's get into it. And it was supposed to be about an hour. It wound up being 2 hours. And then I started teaching them about how the body moves, how all these different things. And then I would show clips of movies and I'd say, hey, you guys know these moves. They're like, what? I said, now let me break it down for you. And what wound up happening is they were like, oh man, can we talk about this next week? And of course we can. And then from there, I said, hey, let me ask you guys, do you think other people would want to be here with us? And they're like, absolutely. We're learning so much, but it's so entertaining. I said, okay. So then I said, let me consider doing a martial arts podcast. So I started listening to a lot of podcasts. And I didn't do a martial arts podcast, even though I thought it would have been a good idea. I'm going to tell you why. Because as much as I love martial arts, you can only talk about punching and kicking so much. After that, it's the same story over and over and over again. And when I was listening to the martial arts podcast, it was the same story over and over again. And then you would follow somebody, they only did 20 episodes and then they didn't do any, or 30 episodes, or they did one a month. But I said, I want to really impact people. So because I used to teach gymnastics. I used to teach swimming. I taught martial arts. And I've been a coach to businesses. I've been a coach to people when they want to get on a stage and all these different things. And so I said, I need to talk to coaches. That's who I need to talk to. The people who make a difference in other people's lives. And then I started thinking deeper. And I said, well, let's consider, Roy, who's ever been your coach? Who was your first coach? Your mom or your dad, right? Yeah. So when we consider that right there, those were our first coaches. But it didn't stop there. Your parents were your first, or maybe if you were an orphan, maybe whoever took care of you, they were your first coaches. But then you went to school, and we call them teachers, but they're really your coaches. They're trying to instill knowledge on you. They're trying to help you. They're there to help you gain something. And then you went to maybe basketball or soccer, you went to gym class, they were your coaches. So now I'm thinking, huh, and your science coach, your math coach, your English coach, wait a minute, we'll call them teachers. I think they're coaches. So I need to talk to them too. But wait a minute, there's a business coach, huh? Somebody who's going to help me with money, somebody who's going to help me become a better actor, somebody who's going to help me with my voice, somebody who's going to help me get over some fear. Wait a minute, all the professional athletes have coaches. So then I started doing a deeper dive into coaches, and everything that I saw out there about coaching was football, soccer, sports coaches, and they talked about one sport. And I said, that's really cool, but I don't want to talk about one sport. I want to talk to the people who make an impact on all of us, on you, on me, on everybody listening. So who are they? I want to talk to the basketball coach. I want to talk to the football coach. I want to talk to the swimming coach, the talent coach, the coaches. When you don't know how to do something, the ones that teach you, those are coaches. That's where a coaching call started. And I did a deep dive and nobody was doing that. I was the first one. Now there's other people doing it now because guess who started it? And that's okay. Listen, the more the merrier. But I always think that we need to not be afraid to take something on that's never been there. And that was my first show.